Hello, my friends. This is Brian, the Speaker for the Dead, coming to you today with a review of the Amazon original series of Invincible. So, what is this show? This show is essentially a knockoff of Justice League. In almost every possible way. Now I hear a lot of people going, they did that on purpose, they were trying to make it do blah blah blah. All I hear when people start saying stuff like that is excuses. Okay, now I don't want to give you the wrong impression. I didn't dislike this show. As Heiress of Chaos pointed out when I was talking to her last weekend about it, was that the animation is great. It's the best thing we've seen animation-wise coming out of the U.S. really since the original Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Very similar style, very light-based, that kind of stuff. And I really enjoyed that. The vocal work on this was really good, fantastic. J.K. Simmons as Omni-Man. Really great. I love his voice. I love hearing him in anything. So I have a lot of respect for the fact that they actually went and got good people to do this. I mean, Mark Hamill plays the costume maker. So there's that aspect of it. There's a lot of really good things to like in this show. But as it says in the title, this is it's kind of okay. It's okay. I kept there's parts of it that are like truly great. They are just awesome. I mean, some of the fight sequences, in my opinion, they went a little too blood and guts gore. Like they really went to town on that. More so than almost any other animation I've seen since maybe Attack on Titan. And even Attack on Titan wasn't as quite as graphically explicit about it. But it is too, in kind of a way. Anyway, so there is that aspect. There's a lot of. This is definitely a rated R cartoon. This is not something I would sit down and watch with your kids. This is something that you probably should wait till they're at least teenagers, and then they're gonna love blood and gore and stuff anyway. But when younger kids, I'd say no, don't show them this. This would be kind of age inappropriate. But there's a lot to love, and there's a lot that I didn't. Like I say, there is plenty of good, and so this it makes it okay. It balances it out to make it average. Not tremendous, not terrible. Let me tell you why I think that. Because they're setting up things in this that they will go further with next time around. Because that's what these people do. That's what Hollywood, that's what all these people who are Amazon, Jeff Bezos, who owns Amazon, they're all on this woke bandwagon. Now, was this woke? Yes and no. And that's it. They were trying to balance it out. But once they've established and get you into this, that's when they'll go full woke. Because that's what they do. They don't want to scare you off with their massive woke agenda right in the beginning. I mean, sometimes they do. But in this, you can tell they were trying to walk that line. But as I've seen in other things, book series and things like that, there's a book series that I really liked by Cassandra Clare called The Mortal Instruments. And she went on to make another one called Clockwork, the Clockwork series. And then she went on to make another one. Well, each novel, each part of these series got progressively more woke. It eventually, by the third series that she did, she basically devolved it into how many different sexuality types can I shove into a science fiction fantasy type novel. And by the time that I got through the second book of the third series, and I was just done. I'm like, she introduces a transgendered character that had no indications of being transgendered in the previous series, and I'm just like, okay, all right, I'm just like, that's all this is now. I didn't care about the gay characters she had in there and the bisexual characters, because those exist. There are real people who are gay and transsexual and stuff, and I don't care about that. I'm not interested. But it's like, at the same time, I hate how Hollywood tries to make it seem as though gays, transgenders, bisexuals, and all this stuff are 90% of the population or 50% of the population. They're not. Okay, they are minorities in our population. And yet you'd think 50% of everyone was gay, transgendered, blah, 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 whatever. And they started trying to shove that into this. They have an openly gay kid, an openly gay high school kid that's the best friend of the main character, Invincible. And he has an openly gay relationship with this boy, and then he admits about halfway through the series that him and this boy had sex in the woods somewhere. And I'm just like, do we need that? Was that necessary? I mean, at least they put it into an adult styled anime. They didn't stick it into a kid's anime and try and be like, kids be gay, like they're doing with so many other things. But it just kind of bothered me. I'm like, dude, at one point they show this gay kid, and he's watching this gay boy that's a college kid walk away from him, and it just pans in on this kid's ass. And I'm like, and he's watching his butt go up and down. They really sexualize it, and I'm just like, No, when you're the minority group of people, you don't get to have all that kind of stuff in things. I'm sorry, yes, I guess I'm trans, race, whatever. It was just the over-sexualization of it. I'm like, and there's plenty of heterosexual relationships that they show quite a bit with. There's kissing, and there's a sequence where there's basically one of the characters is having a menage a trois with double or duplicate, I think her name is. And I apologize for not having all the names right on the tip of my tongue. I've only watched this through once. So, and I'm just doing a very, very generic review of it. So he's having a menage in the shower with a girl who can duplicate herself. And then the girl that he is sleeping with and has a relationship walks in on him while that's going on. Which in a way was interesting and clever, because that happens in real life too. And stuff. I mean, if you're going to make an adult cartoon like Justice League, I guess that's the best place to put it. But I was just like, I didn't need to see all the sex and stuff. I mean, you never see anybody naked, which I've watched animes where you do see people naked. So that's not my biggest problem there. But it's just like, there's a lot of that sexual stuff going on. The sexual talk between, and I just lost the kid's name. He's Invincible. He's the kid that plays Invincible. Him and so Omni-Man and his mom are talking, and they're weirding him out with their talk of sex. That's hilarious, because I do that to my kids. I mean, not the way they do it, but I mean, that's happened in our household where me and my wife will be kissing or whatever. My girls are all like, ew, and I'm just like, yeah, whatever. This magic made you, so you just chill. Anyway. So, so there's a lot of really fun aspects to this and a lot of stuff, but it was like just the time spent on the gay kid and his relationship and stuff kind of irritated me. I didn't care that they had a gay character in there. I really didn't. And I don't care. I don't care that they have two gay kids in there. But it's just like, maybe that's not for me. maybe Brie Larson needs to pop up at this point in the video and go, Ryan, that's not for you. This part of it wasn't made for you. But I guess I just struggle with seeing a lot of that stuff in my entertainment because I don't want to. I don't want to see that. I don't want it propagandized as, you know, I know people exist like that. I know they're gay people. I know they're having sex. I know there's relationships like that, but I just don't want it pushed on me. Okay? And maybe that's how gay people feel about hetero relationships. I don't know. So it's like, I would almost prefer that there be none of that than to have equal time for both. Like, just take it out. I mean, make references to it, allude to the fact that this is going on. You don't have to show it in as graphic a detail. I don't know. Maybe I'm making too much out of this, but it bothered me. It really did. I'm just like, please stop. And before you go all, brains are homosexual, blah, 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 whatever, and you all clasp your pearls. And in the book series I mentioned earlier, the bisexual warlock is my favorite character in the whole series. He's my favorite. I love him. He's fantastic. I loved his character. And the gay relationship in that book is like, there's some fairly graphic stuff in there, and I didn't care. I'm like, just, eh. But I guess when it comes to animation and things where kids are going to think this is for them. Kids are going to think that this is for them because it's a superhero show, and they know that. They know that there are going to be kids watching this and seeing this and trying to normalize this, to make it like, oh, there's gay kids everywhere having sex constantly. It's like, okay, but do we need to be a part of that? I was bothered by how much teenage high school sex I saw in this. I'm just like, you know, I had the opportunity to when I was in high school and stuff, but I didn't. Maybe I'm the minority. Maybe that's my problem. I am the minority now, and I don't really care for watching what the majority's doing. Well, that'd be ironic, wouldn't it? Now I'm the minority bitching about the majority. Wow, how the worm has turned. Anyway, but this is okay. Go watch it. Tell me what you think. If you loved it, freaking fantastic. Don't get on here and be like, man, you're supposed to love it, and if you don't love it, you don't know what's good, and you know, everybody has their own opinions. Everybody likes this or doesn't like that, or appreciates this or doesn't appreciate that. You know, everybody's different. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. But if you want to have a conversation about it, convince me that I'm wrong. Tell me that I'm hey, Brian, you just don't understand. This is how you need to look at this. I'm open for that discussion. What I'm not open for is being preached at, which is what I'm tired of Hollywood doing. And that's what some of this felt like. It's like if I could have went in and cut out certain sections of this, it would have been fantastic. Because I always kind of felt like that was one of the flaws in Justice League and Justice League Unlimited was like, they don't show anything as being lethal. I mean, they don't show anything as being life and death. I mean, Superman gets killed in that a couple of times, but he's not really dead. You know, and stuff. So it's just, so I mean, I'm okay with a certain level of gore and a certain level of realism with like, hey, people die in real life, but there's so much of that in this that I'm just like, if the death toll in this show was normal, the human race would be extinct in like 5 minutes because we just kill each other off. Oh, pardon me, it's a good sneeze there. And no, I'm not cutting that out because I do everything live. But it's, so go watch it. Tell me what you think. If you think I'm wrong, hey, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. If you agree with me that, yeah, they should have cut some of that out, they didn't need to put as much of the over-the-top stuff as they put in, because like I said, that's the only thing that really detracts. That's the only thing that kept me from going, this is freaking amazing. This is awesome. This is the best stuff I have seen in a long time, was that they took the stuff and they just went a little too adult with everything. I'm like, hey, make it adult, I get it, I know there's a lot of people out there clamoring for let's have rated R comic book movies and people fucking and sucking and I'm just like, no, I don't. If you want to watch that, they make porno knockoffs of all of these. I mean, I'm sure there's a porno knockoff of Iron Man, like Iron Cock Man or something like that. And if that's what you want, cool. Go find that. If you want porn and you want super mega violence, there's places you can go for that. I don't think we need to shove lots of that into our comic book movies or cartoons, or like if you are that desperate for adult entertainment, there's places you can go. Don't try and make all that stuff mainstream, okay? Because no, there's a lot of us out here don't want that mainstreamed. That we don't want to have to sit there with our eyes like, okay, is the crap over yet? Okay, now I can watch again. And it's not because, ooh, I'm a prude or I can't handle it. I just don't want to. I don't want to see that much violence every day. A steady diet of that is not healthy for you. And I don't care what you say. It's not. It's not good for a human mind to sit there and watch people get their guts splattered all over and their eyeballs popped out of their head and people, you know. I feel like this has somehow become a religious discussion. I apologize. No, but I'm just serious. It's what took this and kept it from being fantastic. Such a missed opportunity. And because if this is successful, which I think it has been, I think Amazon's got a lot of, you know, interest off of this. There's a lot of positive buzz about it. But they're going to take this next season, all that stuff they did this season that was a little iffy. You watch. Next season, they will double the amount. There will be twice as many gay people in it. There will be more. There will be transgendered characters in it. There will be this and then lesbian couples. And I mean, trust me, this does not stop. They'll use this as a jumping point to push all this stuff even harder. Now, if I'm wrong, when the second season hits next year, I'll be like, okay, nope, they kept it even keeled and stayed with it about where it's at. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I'd like to do a more detailed review of this because there's a lot of stuff I'm not talking about. The Viltrumites, there was a lot that happens in this show. So I may go back and do an episode by episode breakdown of this because it was good enough to do that. It was good enough to do that. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm on the road this week, so my videos are probably going to be kind of sporadic, like they always are, whether I'm on the road or not. I don't know why I said that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye now.